You're another trainer. You got a chisel that gets abused. Doesn't
Yeah,
it?
I've got one. I've got a chisel an old chisel that I
You
just
use it for everything.
For everything. Yeah, everything. Banging bricks, brickwork,
mate.
wood, metal.
Carpenters must cry. I always find when you hit that third pint, that's when it's game over.
When I hit the third pint, I was hitting the floor with the fucking worm, mate.
Yeah, I see that.
You know what I mean? I still can do it, just. I mean, it takes me about 10 minutes to recover from doing it after.
Just want to mention we released an offline update on the app last week. I forgot what week this goes out, but yeah, we released our app is now offline.
It's offline.
Have you used it? You have used it.
That doesn't sound that it works offline. It's not gone offline. It works offline.
For anyone that don't understand.
I'm sort of thinking, what?
Hello, welcome to
Off the Job
Overtime, where there's banter and your stories shared. Please be warned, there may be some general explicit content.
Welcome to Off the Job Overtime, and as you can see, like, we've had a week off. We've moved some stuff. This place is a little bit like a bit of painting and decorating they're doing and all that. Quite fitting, really, considering we are a trade podcast. I think we should leave this like this, Kieran. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, but I don't know about holding the mics.
I know. That is a little bit awkward, especially as I've given this arm some exercise. Anyway,
I think anyone that don't watch this, we should do a clip of how we actually set up right now on Instagram.
Has we got that
We've
recorded?
downgraded.
What?
We've downgraded, mate.
I know, mate, I know. But you wanted to move. You had dreams. You've got dreams of pushing the business forward and going, you know.
We've got to do it.
You've got to do it. And then we all have to follow suit. So, you know. But I'm guessing you're going to get me to do some fucking labour later.
Straight after, mate. We're painting, building that desk again.
Oh, that
only happened 2 months ago.
I know, yeah. Let's build the world's heaviest desk and then move 2 months' time.
Mate, that's got to go in the back of your van. I hope it's clear.
No. No.
No, because I see in the back when you was trying to get in the door.
Oh, right, yeah. No, I got the door fixed, yeah.
That, yeah.
If anyone didn't see that, yeah. On my slam lock on my door last week decided to break. And the middle section of my van, the middle door, you can't get into the back because I've sectioned it off because I've got seats in the middle for my children when I have them. So I couldn't open the door.
Why didn't you cut a big hole?
No, what I did, I've already locked the keys in there before, so I knew I could remove it. Like, I knew I could get to it with a bit of copper.
Although I've done that before.
Yeah. So I'd cut a section out where I can thread a bit of copper through to the back lever, and then just hook it open and push it. Problem was there, though, that there was a fucking Hoover in the way.
Did you demolish it?
No, well, what I had to do was I had another bit of 22mm copper I just got my hands on, and I managed to get it under the handle of the Hoover and lever it and sort of wedge it out of the way. Then I had to buy a 15mm bit of copper because I had a 15mm bit of copper just to get in and lever the handle.
Oh, I thought you went over to 22. 15 was too flimsy, no?
No, the 22 I couldn't get in to hook it. But the 15, I managed to bend a little hook on it, and then I managed to unhook the van. And then what I had to do then was buy some rope from Wicks's, and then tied and made some sort of pulley system with 2 bits of rope onto the handle with a bit of tape so it wouldn't slip off. Then I was then pulling it from the side door and then pushing it with a bit of copper. Pull and push system,
mate,
to open your back door.
You need a van.
It got fixed yesterday.
We need Transit to give you a van.
Yeah.
Transit, if you would.
I need a new van. If anyone wants to give me a new van for free, because I'm absolutely skint, it would be appreciated. But that was rather
entertaining.
Stressful. Oh, mate. Blue murder.
You didn't seem stressed, mate.
Oh, well, mate, I was.
You was loving it.
I was.
We had a week off, didn't we?
Yeah. So, what's been happening with you anyway?
Well, I'll go back in time because we had a week off. We went down to Made in Kent Radio.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Actually, yeah.
I weren't invited. We applied.
Right. Yeah.
But I thought, no, it's a good experience. It was.
Did you get anything out of it?
No, well, I wasn't gaining. I didn't want to get anything from it. It's more just the experience. And, because I didn't know it was going to be live when we turned up. And you know what I'm like, getting used to being on camera.
What's the name of the radio station?
Pre-recorded Made in Kent Radio.
No, what's it called?
Made in Kent Radio.
Made in Kent Radio. Live.
People record stuff as well.
Oh, right, okay.
So I turned up, it said it's going to be live, and I thought, oh shit. Like, I'm going to...
Generally speaking, if somebody asked me to come on a radio show, I'd probably think it was live if I'm going to the studio.
Well, Robbie and Abigail told me it weren't.
Pass the buck, yeah.
But anyway, it's good. It's good. I done well.
Yeah?
I'll show you the little clip. Did you see the clip?
No.
I'll show
I'll
you.
see a little clip of you getting out of the van, turning up there.
You didn't actually hear the
I
clip.
didn't actually hear the clip.
No, it was a good experience.
Oh, nice.
And then, if we're talking about this weekend, I went to the races at Cheltenham on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Do you have a little flutter?
I'm not a gambler, but...
I didn't say you're a gambler. I'm not accusing you of being a
a
gambler.
flutter, what's that?
I bet.
Never heard of that, mate. See, that just shows I'm not a gambler, mate.
Yeah, okay.
So I had a flutter.
Yeah. How much did you...
3 flutters.
How much did you spend on each flutter?
20 quid.
Any wins?
Second one I won.
Oh, what?
And I was like...
You done it to win or each way?
First one to win, then I went each way, and then I weren't going to bet again once I won, but it makes it more exciting, and everyone bets on the favourite, and I didn't. So it was number 12, whatever the name was, and he was like, do you know at the end where they're like, it all changes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This number 12 was in third place, but a good 20 metres behind, come blasting past these two. Like, I was buzzing. Do you know how excited I am now? 10 times this.
Wow. Jesus, I bet they couldn't contain you, could they?
Mate, I was jumping up and down. No, it was, but yeah, I weren't going to bet again. And then
we're not actually condoning betting here. Yeah, it's a bad thing. Yeah, that's just the flat.
But I loved it. It felt like going back in time because you got all the betting stations. They're all like passing over cash.
Yeah.
It like felt, I don't know, you was in the 50s or something. Bloody Peaky Blinders.
Oh right, yeah. You watched Peaky Blinders?
I've watched it. Yeah, we
Fucking
stopped.
hell, he's actually watched something.
But yeah, no, we stopped watching it and we sort of lost track. But
so, did you come away up from the betting or down?
well, not if you take into account what drink I bought.
No. I'm saying.
No, but I come up. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that from that 20 quid, I got 126 quid back.
That's good. That's good.
On each way.
That's
So
nice. That's nice. Nice little result.
but I didn't
there for you.
know. So if anyone don't know, I converted my work van to a camper van in lockdown.
Yeah.
Still used it for a while, so I ended up sleeping in the car park because the group that I went with, I didn't know who was going to be there, who I'd met before. I knew I'd met 2 people, and then I met one other person. It's basically like a networking group. And there's always one in there that has a drink, so I ended up being with this guy. I had a few Guinnesses. Everyone drinks Guinness there. So I stayed out till about 1:30.
Yeah.
And I just slept in the car park in my van.
Is he incriminating himself here? Because is that are you not allowed to? Can you get nicked for that?
No, there's an app called Park for Night,
Yeah.
and it tells you places that you can sleep. And you look at the reviews, and it says if it's like bad or good. So I found it before I went up there.
Oh, good thinking. I thought for a minute you just was in the car park at Cheltenham. And just...
Not on the Cheltenham racecourse. It's like in the town centre.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know how it works, do I? But, oh well. That sounds like a good weekend. What did I do last weekend?
You went out Friday? Or you talking about the
I
week
went out
before?
Friday. Yeah, I went out Friday with my mate, Al. We had a couple of drinks. I ended up getting a little bit...
A couple?
Well, I don't take me long to get pissed, see. Probably had about 5 Asaris.
But I always find when you hit that third pint, that's when it's game over.
When I ate the third pint, I was hitting the floor with the fucking worm, mate.
Yeah, I see that.
You know what I mean? I still can do it, just. I mean, it takes me about 10 minutes to recover from doing it after because, all my body's shaking about and me organs are going, what are you doing? You're
I've never
not
seen you do the
21
worm.
anymore. What?
I've never seen you...
I just showed you on the
can
video.
You do it now?
You just said you see it.
Yeah, but
You're contradicting yourself.
In life.
He just said, in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will not do it here. I ain't got a room, mate. You know what I mean? Like chairs and tables will go flying, the cameras will go everywhere. It just ain't worth the damage costs. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so I went out Friday, had a couple of beers, then Saturday the family, and then on the Sunday, my builder mate invites me round I'd been working on his job in the week, and he said, "Come over Sunday for dinner. The kids can all play, blah blah blah." Do you know what I mean? So it's funny, innit? Because at work, right, generally speaking, we have a lot of arguments, me and him at work. But out of work, it's like completely. Some people like that, ain't they? Me,
at work it's different. Isn't
yeah,
it?
like I've worked with so many people in the past where you're out on like a night out with them and they're free and they're different, and then when they're in the work they're very professional and they come across as a very different person.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I guess you're like that, ain't you? I bet you're like that.
Do you think?
Like that? I reckon you're like that, ain't you?
No, I think I'm quite. I am who I am wherever I am. I think. I don't know. Have you noticed any difference?
We had the fucking hump this morning, didn't you? What's the matter with him? He's got a lot of stress on at the moment, isn't he? You know.
How did you know when I walked through the door?
Yeah, it just looked
you
like
said smart.
Your eyes were moving like this. I was going, is he all right? Robbie's going, he's got the fucking hump, innit?
Yeah, I bet it's Robbie. How did Robbie know?
He said, yeah, he's definitely stressed today. He's definitely stressed. And I was like, yeah, I sensed it off him. He was giving off that aura. And but you've lightened up now. So that's, yeah. But we're good. We're good. Yeah.
I forgot where we was going.
Where we was going, we're talking about fucking work and general trade stuff. It's called Off the Job Podcast. You know what I mean?
We're talking about people being different.
Yeah, they're different.
At a job. Yeah, it's normal, isn't it?
I'm generally speaking, I am the same.
I feel like I'm the same.
I am the same.
But everyone gets the hump, don't they? It's the small things that annoy me.
Oh, mate, when my van went the other day, my mate said to me on Sunday, I went to him, that fucking van, I got to get the door sorted out tomorrow. He goes, I could hear you screaming at it over the road.
Yeah.
He goes, I was on the site and I could just hear you shouting at it, like just shouting
Just
at the van.
want to kick the side of the van in.
I hate it. I was like John Cleese in it, do you know what I mean? Whereas in 40 Towers, you don't know that. But you need to go get a tree branch and start thrashing it.
I've heard of 40 Towers.
Yeah.
Just ain't watched it.
Yeah. It's a given. It's a given. I mean, you might want to educate yourself on some of these
I'm
stuff.
enjoying this episode today.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? It's
the last
flowing
2 weeks was like...
I think we should do it like this all the time. I think the desk causes issues.
My arms aching.
I don't want to move the desk. Let's fuck the desk off out of it and just do it like this. Yeah. Why can't we just hang these up from the ceiling, right? Nobody taps on the fucking desk. Do you know what I mean? Why don't we do something like that?
I'll hang Robbie from the ceiling.
Fuck the desk. Let's have a poll.
Down.
Let's have a poll. Do you want the desk or do you not want the desk?
We need the desk.
No, let's put that out as a poll. Shall we have a desk or not have a desk?
You just don't want to put it up after this.
I don't want to move it. I'll be honest with you. I come in here. First thing you said to me, you go come out to the van, got a big fuck off 3 metre sheet of plasterboard, getting me moving it. I've come in me off the job stuff.
It just shows you don't do anything,
in
innit?
my civvies.
Everyone knows a board's 2.4 metres.
All right, whatever. But it felt like 3 metres. Anyway, so I'm working.
That's what you say about
I'm working 3 metre lengths pipe. You know what I mean? I've got a 3 metre pipe.
You're a plumber, not a plasterboarder.
3 metre pipe. Anyway, so that's what you had me doing, like moving a plasterboard up some stairs, and I managed to get dirty, like. And I was only moving a bit of plasterboard. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, man, what is this? Like cheap labour?
Have you heard about the big man Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul?
Yes. Now, what do we make of this?
I was listening to something yesterday. At the end of the day, it's entertainment.
Yeah, well, they got to do what they got to do to bring money into boxing, ain't they?
Yeah,
it's not just for Jake Paul, is it? It's for the boxing industry.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I get it. They're like, he's old, he's not a proper professional, but it's entertainment. We're gonna watch it.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it. And what I will say to it is, right, and this is my prediction, right? My prediction is because Jake Paul's gonna get slammed, whatever way, right? But he don't care because he's making 30 million, whatever he's making. Yeah. I heard he's making 30 million, Tyson making 20 million. I don't know. I couldn't tell you the stats. But what I will say is Jake Paul will get slammed, but he don't care. If he wins, he's beat up an old bloke. If he loses, he's got beaten by an old bloke. So I
want Mike Tyson to do him. I'm just worried that it's like not rigged, but are they going to be a bit careful? I don't know.
This is what I think's. Now, if it's rigged, this is what will happen, right? We're not saying it is rigged.
It's recorded, so if you...
But if it is rigged,
yeah,
I reckon Jake Paul, they'll do 2-3 rounds. How many rounds is it?
10, I think.
Bloody hell. Is it?
No, it's got to be
it
like...
can't be. 6 maybe,
I
maximum.
reckon more than 6, because I think he done like 10 rounds in his last fight. It's probably going to be 10.
But Tyson ain't going to do 10 rounds, is he? I reckon it'd be a 6-rounder. What was
But that
Tyson's last
stamina... I know you might get unfit, but stamina stays with you for a long time. It takes years to build stamina. It don't just go like that.
That would explain my performances. yeah, it sticks around with you a long time, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I reckon what will happen will be, if it is, like I say, if it's rigged, I reckon it'll be a case of Jake Paul gets an injury in the 3rd round or 4th round or something like that, like his hand, and he's unable to box. So therefore, he hasn't been floored by an old bloke, and he ain't beat an old bloke up.
Yeah, but you look at his old fights against...
I don't think it will be rigged.
I don't think it's... Because you look at his old fights against Tyrone Woodley...
Did he fight Fury, Tommy Fury?
Yeah, he lost.
He lost that on
So
points.
that just shows him.
But he knocked him down, didn't he?
Yeah. Got that promotional reel. My friend actually, he's a boxer.
Yeah.
So he's actually, I think he's going to be fighting for the British title, yeah.
Oh, really?
So they put out, the guy that's got the British title was trying to fight other people, trying to run off basically. But the British Border Control, whatever, ordered the fight. So it goes to purse bids by April, then they got a fight by August. So that will, we'll have to try and get him on to the podcast before he fights.
Yeah.
And then go and watch him.
Yeah, I probably won't be as loud or as mouthy that day.
Get him to bring the pads in.
All right, mate. Yeah, nice to meet you. Your mate Kieran, nice bloke. Don't know what else to say, really. When you're fighting. When do you start fighting? Yeah, nah, that'd be good. Just
want to mention we released an offline update on the app last week. I forgot what week this goes out, but yeah, we released our app is now offline.
It's offline.
Have you used it? You have used it.
That doesn't sound that it works offline. It's not gone offline. It works offline.
For anyone to understand,
I'm sort of thinking, what?
You don't need Signal anymore to use it.
Don't need Signal. That is an improvement, isn't it?
It took us a long time to do that.
Yeah, but there's going to be
there's been a few hiccups.
A few teething issues, but there always is, isn't there, in technology when you're doing that sort of thing.
Some people don't understand. They're like down your throat.
Yeah.
Some of the messages we get, customer service, poor Jack. Yeah, some people are not friendly at all.
Yeah.
All you're doing is trying to help them. Like, if Instagram goes down, does everyone go on their chat? No, they ain't got one.
Did go down the other day and all, didn't it? Everyone was like, I think I've been hacked.
That's the thing.
I thought I'd been hacked. I said to me, mate, said to Tyson, I went, I think the worst thing has happened that can happen to an Instagram person. I think my account's been hacked. He went, no, it ain't. Everyone's gone down. I said,
That's the scary thing about social
sad,
media.
Isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Sad. Like, we all panic because fucking Instagram goes down. But in the grand scheme of things, what the fuck is social media? Do you know what I mean? You don't need it.
It could be gone like that. That's the scary thing.
Gone like that. But it ain't scary, is it? If it goes, it goes. Who gives a fuck? You're still here, ain't you? What the fuck is Instagram? Do you know what I mean? What the fuck is Facebook and all that? I mean, I know we use them, like, for doing all this. But in the grand scheme of things, like, if it went down, the world ain't going to end, is it? The world would probably be a nicer place, to be quite honest with you, if there was no social media. It sounds very, very, like, hypocritical because I'm on the fucking app doing this. But in reality, without social media, the world would be a much better place, wouldn't it? Too much communication these days, too much...
it does help.
Too much... it's too intrusive for my liking, do you know what I mean? So, like, you know... But, you know, it is what it is, and, like, we're doing stuff with it, so you can't slag it off too much, because they might not push us on the algorithm.
You've got to use it for the right reasons, haven't you?
Yeah, that's it. That's the thing. You use it to the right reasons and try not to push negativity and just try and push positivity and use it as a tool, not a weapon or something of like negative, like
because you don't like. I've noticed your recent post lately. I've noticed you don't like trolls.
No,
You
No,
give
no.
them attention though.
Yeah, I know, but like I think
You
to
need
myself,
to like ignore them.
nah, no, but like I do that just
It's
for
a bit of banter.
I do
yeah,
that
yeah.
for banter, and I do it also for like
Do you know one of them's me?
you probably probably I do it for it's practice as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? It's practice.
True.
Practice.
when was your last? Have you had any recent comedy gigs?
Nah.
No.
No. When was don't know, a couple of weeks ago. I've got a big one coming up though. Got a paid gig coming
Are
up.
you doing it?
I can't disclose the
What
information.
month is that?
It's corporate due, April. Corporate due for a company within the realms of our industry. So
Is it a weekday
yeah,
evening? We could come and record you.
could do. Yeah. Yeah. Robbie wants overtime. Irony. Yeah, but it's a fair trek.
Yeah, let me know the date.
Okay.
Yeah, should we read out our comments from not our last one, our last episode with our guest, but the other one was We're All Ears.
Oh, Geordie, what a geezer! What an absolute geezer!
Fair play to him for like.
Mate, he's so strong, isn't he? Do
You
know what I
need
mean?
people like that.
Yeah,
That's the one good thing from
that's
social
the
media.
thing. Yeah, that's the thing because talking of mental health, because I swear to you, since the progression of social media, mental health issues have gone through the roof. Right, I swear that's a fact.
Yeah, because
but-
people look at other people's life
Yeah,
and
that's it. And they see it and then they feel bad about their own lives and stuff. But if you can share experiences, if you've been through experiences and people can see that they're not the only ones out there who are suffering, then social media is a good thing for that. It counteracts the
Yeah, yeah.
negativity that is on social
it's
media.
how you cope with it and that.
Yeah, definitely. And Geordie, like he'd been through some absolute.
He's literally been through everything.
Yeah, he's been through some shit.
Like everything.
But what he's doing, he's turning a negative into a positive, and he's actually helping people. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, he won't realise the impact he's actually going to do on people. to
no,
help.
that's it. And like we said in the episode, and it's always a what do you call it? It's always that thing where people say, well, if it can only just help one person, then he's done. And that's the very true. That is so true. Like, it don't matter how many people it does it, as long as it helps one. Yeah, and that can all sometimes sound like a bit of a cliche, but it's completely and utterly true. If you've helped one person just through doing that, well, think of the other people, around them who have gained because that person hasn't decided to do something. Do you know what I mean? So if it is just one person, but there's still other people off of them who have gained because of his positivity, and that's the way I see it. I think it's a brilliant thing he's doing, and I urge you to follow his page. We're All Ears.
And if you haven't watched his episode, watch his episode.
Yeah. Hello, you wonderful listeners and watchers. Just pumping the brakes on this exciting episode to let you know about Kieran's app that's changing the game in the gas certificate world.
If you're sick and tired of doing gas certificates on paper, then Gas Certificate app is your way forward. But it wouldn't be an app worth talking about if that's it. With no hassle, you can manage your diaries, invoices and quotes for all your jobs, so you'll never be chasing paperwork again.
Don't forget those boiler manuals. I can tell you how many times I've been looking at a boiler and thinking, what the? Thankfully, the in-app boiler manuals have saved me and got me out of quite the pinch.
If it's helped Pete here, then Gas Certificate app will definitely help you, especially with its easy-to-use gas reg calculator and the extremely handy ability to duplicate certs. Brilliant for when you're doing your annual services on previous jobs. So click the link down below or in the description. Use the code POD30 to get 30% off yearly subscriptions. That's for all new users. That's POD30 for 30% off our yearly subscriptions for new users. We've got some nice comments for him. This is a DM on Instagram. Great episode. Having gone through lots of children trauma myself, I know what it's like. It's shown itself in my adult life in so many ways. Always looking to fill the void. Great episode, guys.
That's nice.
Then feedback. YouTube at Heat King. Bloody hell, now that was eye-opening. Well done, that man. Great episode. And Kevin Nail on 7482. How brave is Geordie to lay it all out there? He's an inspiration.
Yeah, definitely.
So well done, Geordie,
Totally
mate.
agree with them comments.
So some Instagram question we had for people was, what was your aha moment when you realised you chose the right trade? JRD Heating said, learning a pinch of every trade, coming home to do things at your own house and having a little knowledge about that one thing that needs to be done around the house. It's nice to feel self-reliable. When I think of like people that can't do DIY, the amount of money it would cost you if you can't do that.
The thing is, like, we take for granted, don't we? Do you know what I mean?
We do, yeah.
We take for granted that we're able to do these things. That are people out there who
Don't
don't
do
know
anything.
the right end of a screwdriver, do they?
But
But
Robbie reckons he can put curtain rails up. We still ain't seen it.
has he not shown a picture of it yet? I don't have a picture on this. No picture, no video, didn't happen.
Yeah, did happen.
No, but we do take for granted that because we can do it. It's a bit like, I'm guessing, like it's like anyone, isn't it? It's like you've got to treat everyone when you go into their house. You've got to treat everyone the same. So whenever I go into a house, I'm doing a boiler. I'll put a heating system in. I'm explaining it as easiest way I can to the client, so they will understand it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I tell you one example of that is if you're talking about like a plate-to-plate exchanger on a boiler, yeah? I'll always say this is how a plate-to-plate exchanger works. You know when they block up and it goes hot, cold. So I say, imagine, right, in that boiler is a plate-to-plate exchanger, but don't look at it like that. Look at it as a little radiator, right? Now that little radiator heats up from the boiler on its own. A pipe goes through that radiator, independent from the water in it, and that water heats it, yeah? Now, if that radiator blocks, that's why the boiler will saying, I'm too hot, I shut down, yeah? And that's why you got hot, cold, and they go, oh, right, yeah, I understand it now, understand it. So I don't actually drink that water that's in the radiator then. No, I'm not bathing in it. No. Right, we're going, but they don't. It's really hard for people to understand the concept of trades if they're not within that community. It's a bit like me trying to understand what Robbie does with all the video editing and all that malarkey.
Oh, that's easy, mate.
Yeah, no, I've got CapCut.
I can do that.
Yeah, man, what are you paying him for, mate? I'll do it. It's easy. But, like, do you know what I mean? Like, you have to respect somebody for their trade. Yeah. And a lot of people don't respect the trades. I'm not saying that everybody, but a lot of people don't respect...
Oh, you have that done in an hour?
Yeah. And why comment on something you don't know?
Yeah.
I had a fucking teacher once ask me to do some job for him, and he goes, it should only take you 15 minutes. And I went... Oh, right, okay. So if I come round to your house, right, and I see a shitload of books that you lead marking, and I turn around to you and go, oh, you'll only do them in 10 minutes. What would you think? He went, oh, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, don't
It gives
comment.
you the Like, when a client says, oh, it'll only take you this amount of time, it sets you off the wrong foot straight away, doesn't it? You're like, I'm going to take longer.
Yeah.
Charge you by the hour.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, we shouldn't comment. To be fair, though, again, I'm a bit of an hypocrite here because I was on the phone to me missus and she was going, where are you? I went, I'm waiting to get me lock changed. I've been waiting here an hour. I said, he's probably done half hour ago, but he's probably clanking some spanners together just to warrant his money. Yeah. But I don't know, do I, what he's doing, you know? But let me have a look. Don't close the door. And
I think it makes you more wary because we know what it's like.
But that's the thing. That's why I let. But that's the thing, right? When I'm at work, a lot of people don't like shoulder watchers, right? And I've never had a problem with people over the shoulder watching me, asking me questions. I couldn't give a fuck. Do you know why? Because I'm confident in what I do. Yeah. Anyone who gets the all right. If he's standing there all day, then maybe you think to yourself, come on, mate, fucking. Put the fucking TV on and get yourself some dinner.
At least make me some lunch.
But but people over the shoulder when they say to me, "Oh, you all right with me?" because they know it's a thing. I go, "Yeah, I'm all right. I don't mind. I ain't got a clue. I ain't got a clue. I ain't got a clue what I'm doing. I ain't got a clue what I'm doing. But you're welcome to watch.
No, I started plumbing yesterday.
I've not got a problem with people watching. Never have. Never had a problem with it.
As long as you're confident in your job, why is there an issue?
That's it, mate.
We had another this is an interesting one. Some people have tools forever, don't they? What's the oldest tool in your toolkit and what's the story behind it? So I haven't actually gone through these, but I'll read them all. Pentagon Carpentry and Joinery said, my first Stanley chisel. Oh my God, who keeps a chisel for that long? You used it for everything. My first Stanley chisels, now more used. Oh, here we go. Now more used for wrecking and holding doors open than any fine work, but I still love them, even though they're absolute trash. Mate, chisel if you're not a carpenter, you're another trade, you got a chisel that gets abused, doesn't it?
I've got one. I've got a chisel that an old chisel that I
You
just
use it for everything.
For everything. Yeah. Everything. Banging bricks, brickwork,
mate.
wood, metal.
Carpenters must cry.
Oh, yeah. He said, what would that
They're
be?
in like a nice little neat bag, aren't they? And they're all sharpened.
It's a bit like people when they use their drill to bang a raw plug in. Or, you know?
We've all done that.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it'll be all right. Why's the battery not working? Because you smash it like an hammer, you twat.
But our hammer's bloody in the bag next door and we can't be asked to walk there.
I can't think like what would that be. The same for us, really. How would that... Plumbers are the guilty ones of doing that sort of shit. Do you know what I mean?
I think we are the worst.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I
think
we are.
I think we abuse our
I think
tools
because we have
quite a
so
bit.
many tools. You just...
I think we're the worst for abusing tools, to be honest with you.
What else do we abuse? Drills, chisels.
Yeah, vans. But I'll tell you what, though, talking of
Screwdrivers
vans,
as well.
though, like I know my van is the biggest shit heap, like in the back and all that, whatever. But I see
Your van ain't that bad though. You look at it on the outside, just because it's green and white. It's
it's a sound van. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
just
got to
don't
go
go
for
inside.
a service next week. But some of the boys have been showing the old vans on the groups. Like they've got all these Milwaukee pack-outs in them, and they're like, this is the new flex. In it,
I think it's
online.
good to be organised like that, though.
It's good to be organised, but it's the new flex in it. When
Yeah.
people are showing their vans like that, I'm like, look at my fucking van, look what I've got. It's a bit like somebody driving a Range Rover up and going, look what I've got. This is me in the tool industry. I am the fucking Donny. Do you know what I mean? That is.
It's a good way to work, though.
I mean, it's a good way to work, but there's a lot of people who just buy shit just because it's there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they
Some
might
people
only
do
use
just-
it. They might only use it once.
But there's them tools as well, them tools that come in handy, but only use it once.
Yeah, but why would you want to spend a load of money on something you're only going to use once? That's my philosophy on it. And like, I mean, Milwaukee are a great company, do you know what I mean? But they're not the cheapest.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like there are other.
I was a Makita. You're Makita.
I'm a
aren't you?
Makita man,
Yeah, I
but
was-
there are other. But that's only because I've been with Makita
Yeah,
like,
that's what
all
I've
my
got-
life, and I don't think I'd want to swap over. It's easier. It's a very expensive thing to transition, isn't it? You know, but there are some more cheaper companies out there like Metabo and that do a reasonable range of tools. Do you know what I mean? Even even if you, and I say this,
Titan.
not Titan, yeah, Titan, or what's the other one? Ryobi.
Ryobi.
I used to have a couple of Ryobi bits when I first started out. Now, why wouldn't you?
They all do the job. Yeah, you do a bit of DIY.
As an apprentice, I see people taking the piss out of these tools online, like saying about whatever. Do you know what I mean? How it's this, that.
But I don't get why they take the piss, because it does the same job. It's just a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Like,
It does the same job. So, but why wouldn't you advise somebody who's just come out of college to buy a more not so premium, but
they all come with the same warranty. They all break.
Yeah.
Like, we don't really know how long they will last.
that's
Like,
it. At the moment, what I feel like tool people are doing is trying to sell to the masses.
tall people, or
Like
short.
tool manufacturers are trying to sell to the masses, and it's a little bit like your sports branding, like your Nikes, your Reeboks, and that. Do you know what I mean? If you've got this Milwaukee, then you are the dog's dick. Like,
Do you think it relates to boilers as well? Like cheaper boilers?
I think.
Because if you buy a boiler that's got a 10-year warranty that's 300
don't-
quid cheaper...
Listen, you're selling the boiler to, and I had this thing the other day. You're selling the boiler to the end user. The end user is not really educated, majority of them, on what boilers are best. They've heard Worcester.
It's a
Do you know what I
household
mean?
name, isn't it? Yeah.
Worcester is a household name because it had a British Gas thing that was alongside British Gas. But if you really said that, somebody would always ask you, what boiler would you put in? And now I tell people, research it. Yeah, you have a look online, see what boiler you want. Yeah, and I'll fit the right kilowattage for it because I'm not gonna be responsible for saying to somebody, "Here, this is the boiler I recommend," and then you get to lemon.
Yeah, but we all recommend. A lot of the time, the engineer says. Sometimes the customer will say, "I want this boiler," but a lot of the time, it's the engineer, especially if it's like a tenant house.
Because engineers have been bought into that thing where they've got loyalty schemes.
Yeah.
So then they get paid and they get something back from actually selling these boilers. Like that's not a reason to sell a boiler. A reason to sell a boiler is for reliability. But in all honesty, all boilers do the same fucking
anything
thing.
technical.
They all but they all do the same thing.
Hello? Sorry, I need to get out. It's urgent. I've got to go home quickly.
Can we keep this in?
Sorry. Some idiots parked the van.
This is my dad, by the way.
Hello, you all right?
It was him. It was him who
It's a long
parked.
story, but basically the cat's got in the car and pressed the lock button. With the keys in the car, Sue can't get in the car.
Tell us again. Why are you going home, Dad? Tell us. Come on, just tell us, please. Please.
Right.
Tell us a story. We need a story.
Sue was at the car. She'd left the door open. The cat's got in the car and pressed the lock button. So the cat's locked in the car.
No way.
Yes. Trying to get out, and she can't get indoors or nothing. So I've got to go home and sort it all out quickly.
That means you're doing half a day.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Oh.
My dad's painting upstairs, by the way, in a new office.
That is quite unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, I've heard of some excuses. My dog ate my homework, but my cat locked my fucking keys in it. What are we? Does he think we? What does he think?
2 days to work.
What does he think we are?
I want a video. Right, let me move the van. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it took him to think of that excuse.
I know, just mental, innit? Like, you know.
Let's see if he comes back or
what
not.
would they actually believe? He doesn't know how cynical I am as a person.
I need a video clip of this. Otherwise, I don't believe it. He's getting a set.
Is he going to record it?
I don't know. He probably won't.
Did you ask him?
I said, make sure you video. I don't believe you. You ain't getting paid.
What else have we got?
So from the oldest toolkit, let's read them out because people put the effort in of sending these in. Professor Plum put an old set of record Stilsons that my great uncle gave me when I first started out.
Nice
pair of
Stilsons, yeah.
Stilsons. Hotting Up Limited, footprint wrenches. B West.
But he's only been in the industry like 4 years, isn't he? So they're not that old, are they, Pete?
We had him in the army. This is from B West _ gas chick. Very wide tip flathead screwdriver. Pretty ancient looking. Probably dates back to Roman times. I found it under the floorboards of an old house. Pretty bloody useful.
Yeah, they're
Nice
handy,
wide
aren't they?
tip.
Big fat flatheads. I saw.
You use that for everything as well, don't you?
Yeah, I've got to sort my tools out anyway. Yeah, you do. You use them as chisels, don't you?
Yeah.
You don't get used as chisels.
You got a chisel in your bag, you use a flathead as a chisel.
Mine the other day, I pulled it out my bag, right, and the end, it's not a wide, but it's my long flathead.
Yeah.
And the end of it was curled up because I'd used it to lever something.
I love them long screwdrivers for boilers. Just gets right in the back.
Straight in, doesn't it?
Diggy Dowling put, Dad was a sparky. Dad passed away when I was 16. Found his wire cutters when clearing out his stuff. They old and basic, still got them. I'm a 46-year-old commercial gas engineer. I fucking lose everything but them cutters.
Yeah.
Fair
That's
play, mate.
yeah, keep hold of it. I got blamed once for it wasn't me as well. Somebody's dad had left them a hammer, and he was a builder or labourer, and he brought it to site. It was probably about 2-3 weeks after his dad died, and he lost it. And the other builder said that I nicked it, and I was like, I haven't had it. I haven't nicked it. He wanted to kill me. He wanted to kill me apparently, but yeah, I never had it. No idea what happened to it.
Blimey. Should we read out a story?
Yeah,
We've got a few, but I think we'll do a couple next week. But
yeah,
I'll let you read this one because you're probably better than me. Read out.
do you reckon? Right. I went to a job once with my apprentice and the old girl was putting on her lipstick. I think she fancied my apprentice. We was up in the bathroom and she came and tapped on his shoulder and asked him to follow her. He looked at me with complete horror and I found it hilarious, so I told him to go with her. About 2 minutes later, he comes upstairs and said to me, "Jack, you're not going to believe it. She's got a pet fox." I replied, "Shut up. Are you winding me up?" He would not leave me alone, so I followed him down the stairs and found the old girl on the back doorstep feeding a fox a Toblerone triangle out of her hand.
She sounds quite nuts.
Yeah, she sounds. That was
Putting on her lipstick, feeding the fox.
What's that?
Toblerone.
Because it's made her feel a little bit foxy, maybe. That's why she put her own lipstick on, innit? You know what I mean?
Feeling a bit kinky and foxy.
I tell you what, right, though, that like sort of just that for whatever reason that reminded me of a story. Like you go round like venting radiators as a kid, like you're the venter.
Yeah.
You? Now bearing in mind it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. What do you make of this? Right, I'm going round, right, all the bedrooms upstairs, right. The house is full of builders. It's full of builders, yeah. Extension, side extension, all that going on. I've gone into the main house and I've knocked on the door or the bathroom. No answer. Open the door. There she is. Bangers out, yeah, doing whatever she was doing in the basin. I don't know what she was doing, but her tits were out and she was standing over the basin. I was like, I just come in. What are you doing? And I thought, you knew I was there. I knocked on the door.
This is
It's
you.
1 o'clock in the fucking
Morning.
afternoon. No, it's 1 o'clock. No, not the
Call
morning.
out.
It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're in a bathroom that
With
is
your
right
knockers
next to
out.
the build with your bangers out. What's going on? I knocked on the door as well and she didn't answer. So therefore, it was my pleasure.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we're doing these other stories next. I think it's gone well today.
Yeah, it's done all right, isn't it? Yeah, I think we should leave it like this. Fuck the desk.
No, we
yeah.
got to build
Let's
this.
get a poll out, Robbie. Right, we'll put a poll out. Should we,
We ain't
keep
got
the
time.
desk? Should we keep the desk or fuck the desk off? I think we should fuck it off.
I wanna
I'm
go-
not trying to influence anyone there, but I prefer it without the desk. All right, okay. Kieran's going to do whatever he wants to do anyway because he rules this show with an iron fist.
I want to go and check what my dad's done. Slipped off early.
Yeah.
He's got 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think it involves some pussy. I've got to stop laughing at my own jokes. It's pathetic.
You're the first one laughing.
Some people say my laugh's contagious. That's why I do it. Like, you know what I mean?
But yeah, I've enjoyed today.
Yeah,
Should
it's
we wrap
been
it
good.
up
It's
there?
been cool. It's been cool. So yeah, thanks for joining us on Off the Job Overtime. Please send us in your messages, send us in your comments. We'll read them out. We've got a WhatsApp number. Are you putting it at the bottom of the screen?
It's
Yes,
on the
he will.
description, yeah.
It's on the description.
And also, please, if you do watch the videos, you like them, help us out and like the video as well. If you're
yeah,
on
like, comment,
review,
subscribe.
all of that, please.
Thank you very much.
No
Thanks.
guests this week, but we've got a couple of weeks just with us. And
Yeah,
then
just of us. And then the season 2 starts with
in
guests.
April, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
All right, this has been another episode of Off the Job Podcast.
Thanks for watching the show on YouTube or listening on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, and all other streaming platforms.
If it's your first time watching or not, make sure to subscribe below and follow us on all the big social media stuff like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
For our overtime show on Monday, send us in your stories and comments for it to be read out on the show. Send it in via email, direct message through our social media accounts, or WhatsApp us on 07457 406 259.
And we'll see you on the next episode.